Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft, the first draft in the final week of drafts here for Outlaws of Thunder Junction on the channel before the best deck tournament is next week, followed by the following week, set review season for Modern Horizons 3. It's already here. We've got 3 drafts left of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Let's end on as high of a note as we can for this highly mediocre set. Beginning with, I think, a first pick Roxanne. This card is gold, but it is one of the highest winningest cards in the entire set. 5 mana 4/3. Whenever it ETBs or attacks, you get a meteorite that taps for 2 mana of any color, and it deals 2 damage to any target. So 5 mana, you get a 2 mana rock that also deals 2 to something. Lassoed by the Law is great. Shepherd is great. Derailment is good. I mean, there's a lot of good cards in this pack, but Roxanne is very good. And we're not locked into red-green necessarily at all. But we could be some multicolor nonsense as well. This pack is highly worse. Much, much worse than the first pack here. I mean, I could just take, like, the Crime Land in Lush Oasis and, like, try to go, like, green multicolor deserts or something. Don't know if that's worth doing over taking something like Hell to Pay. There's Archive Trap here as well, but I don't think I need to do that with Roxanne already. Hell to Pay is just like kind of it's a worse removal spell here. Kind of scales with the game, but in a way that like Slice with the Shadows did from MKM, except I think it's just worse than that. You can get some treasure, but I mean the whole pack is so bad. I think I'll take that. If this was like a red-green land, I'd probably take that one here, but I guess I'll just take the Hell to Pay and not put too much thought into that pack. Because now there's Riku, but there's also the red-green land I said I would have taken last pack, but now we've got things like Prickly Pear and Highway Robbery to go with this potential Bristling Backwoods. I don't think Riku is worth taking this early. This card usually like wheels most of the time if you even want it, and most of the time I don't even think it's worth taking. I think I'm just going to take the Crime Land and potentially just stay open and take some bombs in different colors and stuff. I could just take things like Prickly Pear here. I think it's a fine card. We could try to draft like straight red-green Snakeskin Veil as well, but I'm just going to take the land in the event that we get cut out of our color in any way and kind of go from there. Because now we do have a Snakeskin Veil. There's also Mirage Mesa. There's a Hypothesis if we want to splash around a little bit more. A Duelist and a Mind Raider, both also fine, I think. I do like Snakeskin Veil trying to protect Roxanne. My instinct says take the Mesa here, but I'm going to take the Snakeskin Veil. And we could just be straight red-green. It's not the end of the world if we do that here on pick 5 when green is completely cut and already gone. So do we take Arid Archway, Deadeye Duelist, Forlorn Flats, and I don't think we need to consider anything else. We could just take the Crime Land and then just try to stay open and be like green multicolor nonsense with just like a really good card in Roxanne and fit together just any other colors to kind of like fit around this here. I'm just going to take the Crime Land and just do it again because why not? All these cards, we could have all of the Deadeye Duelists if we want. A bunch of white that's not great here, some blue or whatever, but I'm just going to keep taking the lands, keep taking the fixing. End up with another really bad pack of all the colors of cards that I am not. Could just take Sterling Hound here. I guess it could just go in any deck we play, technically. I don't think any of this black is worth trying to play in this deck necessarily. I'll just take the Sterling Hound. The Deputy could help with fixing if we need it. I don't need full steam ahead. The Canyon Crab's okay, and then a bunch of kind of garbage here. So I'll just take the Deputy. I'm really just like taking lands here gonna play Roxanne and just gonna fit a bunch of other cards around it and hope that we open good packs in pack 2, that we can take a couple more bombs and then just like let our mana kind of go from there. I would like to potentially be like base black green if at all possible, kind of splashing around with a bunch of rares. If that's where I'm thinking I want to be with this start and all these deserts here. But green clearly isn't open and never is. And black is usually the second highest drafted color, so we'll see. So on the wheel, we got a lot of good cards back here. Could take the Scheme, could take Slick Sequence, could just take the Deadeye Duelist if we want to think about going straight red-green. There's a lot of Deadeye Duelists here. I don't think any of this is necessarily worth just like taking multicolor and extra colored cards here when there is just a Deadeye Duelist. The card is fine. I mean, it just like stabilizes you to the point where you could start casting things like Roxanne. This pack was the pack that was really, really bad to start and is also still really bad. I guess I'll take Doc Orlock, but I hope to probably not play any of this no matter where I end up. Is kind of my thought on that pack. So what are we looking for? We are looking for another crime land this pack. Prickly Pear wheeled, so did Highway Robbery. So red, we could be heavy red. Hypothesis a wheeled too. It's another card we could splash around in if we're kind of like base red-green splashing around, maybe? Or base red splashing, which would be kind of a weird place to be, but a possibility. So let's see what we find here. Oh. A second Roxanne. Yeah, I'll take that. There's a Getaway Glamour I wouldn't mind playing at all as well, and I don't think we wheel anything relevant out of this pack, unfortunately. Veil will be gone, Glamour will be gone, maybe we get a Pulverizer, but let's take a second Roxanne, I guess. What is this? It's just pack 1 all over again, another Hell to Pay. Alright. Got Burrow Fiend, got Ashes. Badlands Revival goes really well with the Roxannes here. We're kind of all over the place. Stubborn Burrow Fiend is good, but I don't think necessarily very good in this deck. Again, I said being like kind of base, we could be like base red black maybe? Although black wasn't particularly open for us. We have a lot of good red here. Let's just go into a 5th color. Okay, now there's a Rise of the Varmints. And more Bloodseekers. I don't think these are going to wheel. There's a Throw from the Saddle as well. Gosh. I want to do all sorts of different things here, but I might just be better off just going down straight red-green. With the Prickly Pear, Deadeye Duelist, Double Roxanne, Hell to Pay, Throw from the Saddle, Bristling Backwoods, and just Sterling Hound, and kind of giving up on the multiple colors things. The Throw from the Saddle is very good here. Another Prickly Pear. Here's a Cactarantula. What is this? No. Gila Courser, Tornado, Prickly Pear. The last one wheeled. I don't think this one wheeled, but let's take the Cactarantula, and I guess I could just be red-green here. Maybe splash a Hypothesis, potentially. I mean, Giant Beaver, Buried in the Garden, I think that's a card I'll splash. Somehow, some way. I'll figure it out. There's a Giant Beaver, a Snakeskin, and a Conduit Pylons, and a Lush Oasis. All cards I would like to take, but gotta take the Buried in the Garden there. Guess I'll take another Backwoods to help us with our mana. I don't think I'm going to miss an Ankle Biter, a Varmint, a Commando, a Gold Pan. Let's just go ahead and take this. And I'm thinking of myself as base red-green right now, and it looks like that's working out for us with a pick 7. Skewer the Critics. 3 mana, deal 3 to any target. Spectacle for 1. There's also a Mind Raider, a Trick Shot, but we'll take Skewer. And probably not look to play the Ashes, and maybe we splash Hypothesizzle and Buried here. I guess Pyromancers is really the only thing I could pretty much play. I could splash a Slick Sequence, but that doesn't seem great. Let's go ahead and take that. Probably not look to play it. It's not really a card I like to play. Wow, no Haunting here. I don't think Magebane Lizard is good at all. I guess I could take the Pulverizer. I probably don't want to play that either, but we got a lot of 5s and 6s here. This is likely going to be a 5 for us. We don't have a red or a green land that also touches white. We do have one that touches blue, though. And the black-white land probably not looking to help us out here. But I think we can put together enough of a red-green deck to kind of get there here. And I think Bristlepack Sentry seems fine here as an early roadblock and likely will be attacking in our deck most of the time. So I'll go ahead and take that. Quick Draw, fine, maybe we play it. I think that was the pack with only like 1 or 2 red cards, or cards we could really even consider playing. Take the Locomotive, probably don't want to play it. We got a lot of 5s already and stuff, so put that inside. And what are we looking for now? I think we're looking for just like straight red-green cards. I mean, you know, Jolene, desert lands that touch white to help with Buried in the Garden. Desert lands that touch blue to help with Hypothesis. I think this could be a good splash. And just some more early stuff over here. Another Sentry wouldn't be bad. Another Throw from the Saddle's good. Ankle Biter, could play that too. So we did get the Throw from the Saddle. I think I'll take it here over Cactarantula, although I would like to play another Cactarantula, more than likely. But I think I got to take the Throw from the Saddle and pass up on not much for us here. Take for a Ride, no. Only thing I could really consider wheeling would be Cactarantula, and I don't think that comes back. But I'll take the Throw from the Saddle here. Prismatic Vista? Pay a life, sack it, search your library for a basic, put on the battlefield, and shuffle. That's fixing. And it's either that or like a Gila Courser. Not playing Rakdos. Yeah, I'll take the Vista. Why not? From the special guests. Why is it in the special guests slot if it's not even a creature or not even a thing? It's a land. But whatever. Maybe we wheel Duelist here. But I'll take the Vista. Why not? Man, we're not getting lucky this pack at all. What do we first pick this pack? Throw from the Saddle? Guess I'll take a Snakeskin Veil. I'm not going to play a Lackey. I don't think I need Fling, and everything else I'm really not looking to play. Alright, another Veil. Lonely Arroyo, not really the desert we're looking for here. There's a Commando and an Outcaster. I think the Outcaster seems fine here. We got good amount of power 4 or greater already, and it's just a 3-mana 3/3, so go ahead and take that here. And I would still like, I guess Vista is a form of fixing. We could play an island and a plains, I think. I'm still just kind of missing like good cards that cost less than 5 mana. Like all this is just kind of filler. Like I don't really even want to play the quick draws most likely. I mean everything else is like okay, but like not great. If I don't have to play this, I probably don't want to. Still got a few picks here to sure this up. So let's see what we can find. Everything in one pack. Stable Master, very good to ramp to this stuff. Cactarantula, another big threat. Spinewood's Paladin, another good big threat that gains life. Mystical Tether has removal on the splash. Miriam for green-white. Wow. This is tough. I think ramping to our couple of big stuff is going to be good. I wanted everything in that pack. Another Miriam. I mean, we don't really have any mounts. Like, literal 0. And I'm not... I could play a trick shot, I guess. I don't really want to, but I could. Where are the deserts? Not here. Savage Smash. What's our creature count at? 11. Could get a duelist, pick 9 here. Badlands Revival on the splash. No. Sterling Hound. I'll take the smash, I guess. Okay, Rambling Possum is fine. 3 mana, 3/3. I could put that in my deck. Alright. Duelist? No. Maybe it's next pack we could get the Duelist. I'll take another one. Just as another creature. No, looks like we're not getting anything back here, I don't think. Give me just like another 2-drop. Or something. No. Doesn't look like it. So, this is basically the deck. I have to put one more card in it. Yeah. Doesn't look like we're wheeling. I could play a Varmint. That's a 2-drop. I said I wanted one. So, that could basically pretty much be the deck there. And that would be 13 creatures. Not great. Hypothesis on the splash as removal. Maybe. I don't know. I'll go ahead and build it here, and I'll see you after deck building. Alright, here's where I ended up after deck building. It turned out to be a relatively straightforward green-red deck with a splash of the Buried in the Garnet. I don't think the Hypothesis was worth skewing the mana anymore to get that in there, because we do have, like, double throw, a smash, a skewer, a buried, a hell to pay, a trick shot. We got a lot of removal here. Lots of stuff to gum up the ground early, and then a couple of bombs late. A couple of bigger creatures. I mean, the Outcaster is good with double Roxanne, Pulverizer, Cactarantula. It's fine with like Deputy and Possum and Hound, where you could like pump the power of this to get that to be a 4 and then play an Outcaster. Stable Master can help us ramp to Roxanne and things. And we've got a lot of the removal here as well with double backup in Snakeskin Veil. So I don't think we got fully there on like the best version of a red-green deck, but I think it's fine. I think it'll be okay, and it definitely has the chance to win some games with things like Roxanne and stuff. So I will give this one a shot, and I'll see you in game number 1. All right, decent little start here. Got a couple 2-drops we can choose between, and then a couple removal spells from there. I don't think I'm gonna plot this first. I think I'd rather just get a creature down. Or would I? Yeah, I'm just gonna play this here. I could trade Varmint for Trawler. I just don't know if that's something I even remotely want to do. I'm just gonna play my creatures here. We can throw from the saddle and plot Outcaster next turn, but they're passing with all their mana, so that's probably not something I want to do. Let's see what they got here. If they block, looks like they do. So next, we can use throw from the saddle on Sentry to kill something next turn if they play it, and then play a plotted Outcaster to draw an extra card. I'm just gonna plot this here. I don't want to play into whatever sort of funny business they got going on. Passing with 4 mana up, a little sus. Doing it again. Alright. Well, I'm not going to go for this line again. I mean, I guess I'll, like, do this. See if they want to, like, counter that or something. If they want to protect their Tomb Trawler, then, like, sure. Okay. Yeah, that just delays things, I guess, so sure. Still have mana up. It could just be the activation of the Tomb Trawler, but I'm not going to go for Throw from the Saddle as long as they've got, you know, mana up here. It doesn't make much sense. So, go ahead. Alright, they're starting to put cards on the bottom of their library here. We're in it for the long haul. The Tomb Trawler is doing its thing. Still nothing. Come on. I'm also not drawing like any of my creatures. I can't Savage Smash into open mana. Just can't do it. Oh, they had nothing. Do they have a counterspell? Okay. Well, let's try this, I guess. Nothing. 6 mana, 5 cards in hand, and nothing. What are they doing? Maybe they have a count. Did they just draw a counterspell or something? Like, they didn't have anything last turn. Maybe they'll kill it now. They just drew something, so now I'm sure they bounce or kill the Roxanne in response to this, but sure. Alright, I will pay the 2. And yeah, I'll trade Varmint for a 2/2, I guess. Okay, what else you got? Some sort of one-sided board wipe? Bonnie Paul on the way? Wouldn't be shocked. If they had Bonnie Paul, they would have just slammed it at this point. Alright, nothing. That was a very strange matchup. But I guess they just really didn't have anything the whole time. Alright, starting on the draw again, but we do have Deadeye Duelist on turn 2, and we'll draw past that as well. Card we can't cast just yet, but we'll see if we can find a way to do so. That's a nice start. Trained Airrinks. Gonna attack me for 3 and scry 1 next turn. Unless things go horribly wrong for them. Looks like it won't. Oh. Alright, I'll just trade then. That becomes a 4/4, but, I mean, we can hopefully deal with that at some point. That's a flyer. don't need either of those. And go ahead, I'll just block the townsfolk with the 1/1 and a 3/2 here. What's it targeting? The Sterling Hound? Okay. I mean, they still both trade, but we made sure that this thing also died, so had to make sure that was going to happen. Can't block that thing, so let's get on in. This also can't fix, but it can cast a Cactarantula next turn, which does have reach, so that is something. Oh, this has reach too. No, I'll leave it. I want to get the Cactarantula down, even if I miss my land drop. That has reach as well. Everything has reach. Okay, let's play this then. No attacks. Forgot this had reach. Okay, that's the Death Touch one that can tutor them a card here. No attacks. Do I have to trade Pulverizer for Stinger? I mean, that feels pretty... There's a Gisa. Still can't cast the removal spell in my hand. That commits a crime, and I think we're about done here, unfortunately. Go ahead. Is this just straight lethal at this point? I mean, yeah. Okay. Lost to Gisa. And didn't draw anything there. Okay, we start first this time with a hand that does effectively nothing. Card we can't cast. 6-drop. I guess 5-drop with the backwoods. Protection spell for a creature we don't have. Bite spell for a creature we don't have. And a 5-drop. So we'll send that one back and keep a mono green deck here. So we have a nice little combo between Sentry, Outcaster, and Deputy. The Deputy can pump the Sentry, which can make it 4 power, which can make the Outcaster enter and draw a card and make this attack itself. So I'm going to do this, and then the Deputy's going to get a red. Can get the red desert. Well, now I guess it still gonna get red, or do I want to get white? Can get the desert, but do I need the white mana for the Buried in the Garden here? Let's get the white. I think that's going to be better. And then we'll just play this. And I mean, I suppose may as well just attack, so go ahead. Map the Frontier. Probably untapping Bandit. They won't be able to use the mana, though, unless they have a 1-drop. Throw from the saddle. How much do I care about doing that right now? There's probably bigger things I have to kill. I mean, they've got like 7 mana next turn, which could be like a huge problem. Alright, what's your 7 drop? Villainous Wealth for 4 or whatever? Another bandit. And a lone shark. That's a 3/4. Okay, that's something I can throw from the saddle here. Forget that Vista doesn't come in tapped. So let's do... Put it on... Which one? Does it really matter? Because I'm going to throw from the saddle the lone shark here and then get in. Let's do it here. See what we draw. And then saddle this and actually return it to my hand, I think. And I can replay it and draw another card here. I hadn't even really realized that little combo. This possum usually doesn't do much, but that was a nice little combo here. So let's see if we can survive whatever this big turn likely is. Spinewood's Paladin, and throw from the saddle. I need my possum to survive. I got nothing in hand. If the possum can survive and get another trigger with the Outcaster here, that'd be pretty good, but I'm just not expecting it to. Burrow Fiend. Okay. Yeah, seems about right. +1/+2, so that means it's going to be a 5/6. Can make it a 6/6, which means they can't really profitably double block here. But I mean, they could double block with these two, but and then if I return the Outcaster, I can't draw another card. I could, in turn, just trade Possum with Paladin, pump the Sentry, the Outcaster pretty much gets to trade, or gets to draw an extra card here. So... let's do this. They kind of have to trade with Outcaster here, or with Possum. This keeps getting a ton of extra value, which I'm fine with. But seems like they are too, I guess. Roxanne. Okay. We'll do that next turn. That'll be pretty good. I just, with all this mana, I'm just still worried that they're gonna, like, Villainous Wealth me or something. Jailbreak Scheme. That can't be blocked. This goes on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does this enter tapped? Yeah. It's probably still good to draw, though. They protected that from Roxanne, little did they know. See if they choose to trade here. What else could they have? Let's see. Skullduggery. Okay. Nope. Fleeting Reflection. Okay, I'll take the 2 for 1. Why not? Okay, go ahead. Trade. Take 2. Play the possum. Oh, no, they drew a way to keep their creature around, I guess. Another creature, okay. I mean, they're at 3. Basically, any creature is pretty good here. So let's just, like... This is technically free. It kind of gives it a little version of a vigilance. So we'll just keep the removal spell on top. Keep the creatures, why not? And then next turn, got a couple lethal things here. Okay, they did draw removal, but they are still dead to the Sterling Hound. Does it even matter here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can do this for 10. And create, like, all of the treasures as if it really mattered. And there we go. Alright, we did manage to get through that one there. Thanks to the help of Roxanne. Alright, starting on the draw for, I think, the 3rd time here. But, yeah, we'll keep this. Vista's powerful, the fact that it doesn't enter tap. Now I don't even have to get the planes because I just drew it as well. So let's just, like, keep holding off on Vista until we figure out what we need to cast with it. Do I want to plot the Outcaster or just cast a Duelist here? I think I'll cast the Duelist mainly because I can Prickly Pear next turn, and the following turn I'll have mana to plot the Outcaster then. Next turn I could Hell to Pay the Commando if I wanted to. Giant Beaver. Do I wait on Hell to Pay? Or do I just kill this thing now? Because next turn I'm going to Roxanne almost assuredly. So... The Beaver's still going to attack me though. But I mean, I have decent blocks on it. I just trade it for like... Prickly Pear and a 1/1 or a Duelist and a 1/1 unless they have interaction. Okay, that is saddle 3. I'll triple block here, but I don't think they actually attack. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, Vista, let's thin the deck. I don't need any more lands at this point. Alright, Roxanne, I guess kill Varmint here. And then no attacks. Hope Roxanne survives, obviously. Could just run her right into the giant beaver and get another trigger and kill the Fibblethip, maybe. Outcaster draws a card. Currently, if Roxanne does survive. If Roxanne does not survive here, that's not going to be very good. Okay, they get a 5/5. Because I can't really attack into it anymore. Alright, 1, 2, 3. See what we got on top here. I'll keep the Veil. Stable Master? I don't think that really does anything at this point. So we'll do this and then play Deputy, I guess. I mean, it's either that or just ping him for 1 for Deadeye Duelist here. I could have pumped Roxanne and then attacked into the 5/5, but I don't think I necessarily want to do that. Plot Canyon Crab, play Varmint, kill Sterling Hound or something, maybe. I'm not doing this to Sterling Hound because the Varmint can just trade for it, so that's obviously not that great. Okay, plotting an Alchemist, giving +3/+2 and Trample. 5/4, that's fine. Canyon Crab. Sure, I guess I'd take it. Let's draw the second Roxanne here. No, double Snakeskin Veil? I mean... I can just trade Roxanne for the 5/5 at this point, but then it would kill the Varmint as well, but then the Varmint would kill the Sterling Hound, but I guess it would kill Fibblethip, which is drawing them a lot of extra cards here. So I trade this for this and this. I think that's probably okay. Actually, could also trade with the crab here, I just noticed. But if they do that, the Snakeskin Veil could actually probably save Roxanne if they choose to trade with the crab. Yeah, okay. So they'll just trade there, that's fine. And then go ahead, I guess. Cactarantula is a big creature. Aloe Alchemist is a 3/2. And you're on a 19 turn clock. There we go. That's a second Roxanne if I ever saw one. It still just trades with Cactarantula though, which is like annoying, but alright, let's have the Varmint trade for Silverhound at this point. It's not getting much better. And honestly, we could actually use the Snakeskin Veil to protect it from the Varmint if we wanted to. Let's see. Yeah. I think I can afford a Snakeskin Veil here. That kind of forces them to do something about this now too, because now all of these can start pumping this thing. Does it have trample? No, just a reach. Raucous Entertainer. Well, that will die to Roxanne, as Roxanne trades with Cactarantula, and double Roxanne. Who knew? That was good enough. Alright, opponents first again. We at least have a Sentry here. Hell to Pay can kill something slightly off curve. But yeah, we'll go ahead and keep and hold off on the Vista for a while again, more than likely. And hope they don't get off to... I was about to say, Malcolm would be a pretty bad start here for us. This has reach. Yeah, let's do this one, I guess. And then Hell to Pay can kill Malcolm next turn. Whether they kill the Stable Master or not. Okay, yeah, sure. And then I'll just Hell to Pay the Gila Courser, and then we should be okay. Or do I wait for treasures? The treasures don't do a lot for me in this deck necessarily. So let's just thin the deck a little. Get our white in case we draw Buried in the Garden, and just go ahead and be mana efficient here. Kill their creature. Don't let them potentially draw any extra cards or anything. Next turn we can double Sentry and Varmint. Sure. Get rid of a Duelist, trying to find a land more than likely, and they did. Throw from the Saddle. I don't need to really use that just yet. I'll play the Varmint. Next turn we've got Trick Shot up, if they play some big creature. Wolverine. Alright, so this is just the value. The value matchup here. Fine trading this off for Peddler if they want to. Okay, what do you got? A Duelist, sure. Okay, down goes Cactarantula. Draw a card, yes please. Draw a land. Sure, I guess. Do I need to throw from the saddle that? I mean, if I don't do that, then and they attack and I choose to block, then I throw from the saddle doesn't do anything currently. So let's just get rid of it, attack for 4, and then we've got removal still next turn if we need for some bigger creature they play, maybe. Nope, no plays. Alright. I'll go ahead, I guess. The Snakeskin Veil could give this a permanent counter and let it attack, but I don't need to do that into open mana. That doesn't make much sense. Well, let's do this. See if they have counterspell. Nope. Alright, now we've got Snakeskin Veil backup. This is pretty nice. And that was a turn, folks. That was a turn for the worst for them. So they're probably going to kill Roxanne here. I mean, I'd be shocked if they didn't. Or at least bounce Roxanne. No? Alright, well this is lethal then. Yeah, okay. Guess didn't have anything. Man, Roxanne has gone a long way in letting us win these games. Alright, we do get to go first this time. We need another land, but if we hit one, we've got Sterling Hound to find into more lands here. So I think it's worth keeping. We can still plot this on 2, which is good. And we did find the lands. Let's go ahead and plot this. And then next turn, Sterling Hound, and go from there. Unless I have to kill something with Skewer here. I don't have to kill that necessarily. It would be nice to kill, but I'm just going to go ahead and Sterling Hound. I'll keep the Vista, but I don't need the extra mountain. That does let me cast Buried in the Garden here. Down goes Sterling Hound? No. Green-white, no plays. Interesting. Well, I could go for throw from the saddle, but I'm not going to do that. So let's just try to skewer this thing. Next turn, we could Buried in the Garden and throw from the saddle, which would make this bigger, and Beastbond Outcaster, which would draw us a card. That's if this thing survives. They might have Steer Clear here. Holy cow, let's see if they want to trade. Okay. Yeah, good choice, good choice. You know, it'd be a good top deck. Roxanne. Giant Beaver. Sure. Prickly Pear. Not as good. So let's do this. I really hope they don't have, like, Congregation Griff or Seraphic Steed or something stupid. But, yeah, that I don't care too much about. Next turn, we could actually pump this, throw from the saddle something, and draw the card. See if they play like a 4/4, another Beaver or something. I am worried about green-white. There's a lot of good cards they could have. That's a 5/5, unfortunately. One out of reach. Green, I have to tap that, unfortunately. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I draw a green, Oh, could have been so good. If I drew exactly a green, I could have gotten rid of that thing right now. But let's see if Cactarantula does survive. Thunder Lasso. It does, but I mean, I get to draw a card if you want to tap it down. That's all. That's fine by me. Spell or an ability, so sure. Yeah, take 6. That all seems fine. No, don't kill it. Oh, that's... I see why you did what you did then. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's exactly enough for hell to pay. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so I can do this for 6? Yeah. Okay, now we'll do this here. And then get in. They're at 23. We have a good amount of removal here, but if they play like a 5 toughness creature or something, 5 or 6 toughness, that's going to make things a little more difficult. So they get to draw a card, but I get to hit for 7. Still have 2 removal spells in hand here. Miriam, and there's the Congregation Grip. So I still might be able to win here. Lands certainly don't help necessarily. So let's do this, and then Savage Smash here, and then throw from the saddle on the Griff. And then what do we got? 9, so we're 1 away. What else you got? They've got a good green-white deck. Griff and Miriam just goes a long way. Giant Beaver, I mean, it's a fine green-white deck. They have some cards that are a little bit filler, but doesn't have lifelink or anything, no. But I mean, they've got some of the good cards too. I can see why they moved into green-white. All right, we'll take the win though. All right, starting on the draw, but Ankle Biter into Stable Master is fine, and we'll draw some extra stuff here. Hopefully not some extra lands. There's the land. But we've got a lot of draws we could have here. Can't really send that one back. Yeah, I'll play Stable Master, and no attacks. I don't want to trade this for that. I get to draw an extra card here. Doesn't seem great. Green-white, Razzle Dazzler. Go ahead, I guess. So when they double spell, I was going to say that's probably a Loan Shark. So throw from the saddle plus Ankle Biter is pretty good, but I don't need to kill necessarily any of this smaller stuff. Probably going to trick shot something on their turn, whatever they play here. And then throw from the saddle the Razzle Dazzler next turn. Okay. There's the Loan Shark. Could also trick shot this thing so I don't take damage, and then throw from the saddle this. They don't have any instant here, so that's good to know. So let's do this, and then probably kill the loan shark next turn. We don't really have anything else going on here. That's fine. We're not really using that anymore. We got all the mana we need. Alright, well, we need Roxanne, as we kind of always do with this deck. Although we did win the last game without Roxanne. Would be a great draw, though. We just need some things here. Cactarantula would be pretty good. Got a lot of things we could do. So saddle 3, and then if it hits us, they can flash things back. Flashback Lullaby, but we don't have a tapped creature, so it's all fine. Things like Wrangler of the Damned would be a problem for us right now, because, well, anything would be, any big threat would be a problem, because we have literally nothing in our hand. Even any creature power 4 or greater to let this attack would be pretty good too. Like, even the Pulverizer would be fine. Cactarantula is good. Both Roxannes are good. Land is not. So, yeah. Alright, go to your turn. Sure. Land. Keykeeper. Okay. Yeah, sure. Another land, why not? Stop cold. I see why they did it that way. Because the Varmint, it does lose all abilities, but it doesn't, yeah, it resolves all that. Like, I didn't have a window to use its ability to kill it, I don't think, so. The Varmint did its job. How about a third land here? They have something they can flash back, and they can flash back Lullaby. It's a like, target instant or sorcery. Oh, what is that? So it's whenever it attacks. So now they can flashback Lullaby and kill Ankle Biter. So we don't really have anything going for us. We just drawn 3 lands in a row here. Four lands in a row here. There's only 4 lands left in our deck of 23 cards. 4 lands left in it. Oh, perfect, perfect. Go to 7 and then die? More counters, I guess. Yeah. Perfect. Well, when you draw like 5 or 6 lands in a row, you're just gonna lose. Alright, I will keep. It's not the greatest, but do have Vista. There's Roxanne. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a mountain, and then next I'll give myself one more draw to draw a forest. That way I can get Vista for white. But now I think I have to use Vista for green to play the Sentry here. Means Buried in the Garden is a lot potentially worse now, but I need to make sure I have a green for this hand. We'll play this, see if they counter it. Looks like they will. Which isn't the end of the world. It's not really all we got. I mean, it's kind of all we got going for us, but, I mean, sure. Skewer the critics to kill whatever 3-drop they play more than likely. And then lands and spells, basically. Alright, that's a creature I can play. Do they counter this one? Yes. I was hoping they'd counter one of these so that Roxanne it has a less likely chance of being countered here, so. No X4. That is great. I can deal with that. And then still hold up Snakeskin Veil. Vengeful Townsfolk. Play the Sterling Hound. Keep the white for sure. Could probably get rid of the red. And yeah, go ahead. Just hold up Snakeskin Veil here. Play an X2 so Roxanne can kill it. Though that would grow the townsfolk, I guess. That's an X2. Really hope they don't have another Phantom Interference for Roxanne here. That wouldn't be good, but I pretty much just... I don't have to play it, but I think I'm going to. So let's see. Got something. Alright. Did resolve. Okay, the Vengeful Townsfolk goes to a 4/4. We can't attack anymore here. Let's see if they use end step Roxanne. Yeah, end step kill Roxanne here. Okay. Buried in the Garden. Is that a non-land permanent? Yes, yeah, so I can get rid of Stop Cold if I wanted to. I don't know if I'll want to. Because then I still have to deal with the townsfolk. I think I will, though. Even if this just trades for the townsfolk next turn, it's going to trade for the splasher as well. Plus, I'm going to have Snakeskin Veil up for it. I'd rather just get rid of the townsfolk. No, I think I'm going to try to get rid of this. Although the issue is now, if I do attack and kill the Spring Splasher, this becomes a 5/5. But I can use Snakeskin Veil and Roxanne to deal with it. And then they have nothing, and I have 2 creatures here. Still think we need at least something else to draw to potentially start attacking, but... like the other Roxanne, then I could just play the next one after I trade. Okay. Savage Smash. That's pretty good here. That's actually really good. So we do this to this, and then we still have Snakeskin Veil to protect against some sort of bounce or removal in response. Now, if they protect their own creature, that's less good, but... Okay, fine by me. And then go to combat, attack with Roxanne, kill their splasher. Attack with everything. Still have double Snakeskin Veil up. What do they got? Because whatever it is, it doesn't seem to be assisting here. No board wipe? That's fine. That dies to Roxanne. Cool, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And submit 0. Go to combat, and attack with all, have double backup, and get the win. Alright, let's keep going here. Alright, we're up first here with a pretty good hand. Need at least one more land to kind of start getting off to the races here, but we'll keep this one. And then decide, I guess, I don't really know if it depends on what we draw. If I want to go Varmint or Duelist on one, I think I'll go Varmint. It has a better chance of wanting to kill something if I miss a land drop here. Can attack for more, it's got Vigilance. So I'll just lead on Varmint. I guess the argument for going Duelist is that if I drew a land next turn, I could, like, use the Duelist activation and play Varmint, but I think this has higher upside here. So let's attack. Play Stable Master, hope it doesn't get countered, as it is currently acting as our third land. Well, it didn't get countered, so at least there's that. I'm gonna need some lands here. Emergent Haunting. Well, Vermin can trade with that, so that's good. I'll just play my creature. I know I can't trade with it right now, but if they go to pass their turn and then make it a 3/3, the Vermin can still just trade with it. Unless they remove the Vermin right now, which would be pretty annoying. Yeah, they just pointed it out. This could still trade for it, so. Throw from the Saddle could also just kill it. Alright, they did remove the Vermin, but we do have throw from the saddle here. But if they just pass their turn and like have all their mana up, I can't throw from the saddle. Yeah, like I can't do it there. I mean, I guess I could try 2 different times and see if they go to kill one of my creatures here. So let's go here to here and see what you're going to do about it, and then try it from the Duelist. Sure. Not great for me, obviously, but don't do it again. Okay, we did get rid of it this time. Alright, somehow they're already at 9 as well. Okay, Deadeye Duelist. Down. And what else? An X2. No. No land, but that should help us find one. Well? That's insurance against Roxanne dying. But these are all things I can't cast. They're all 5-drops and I don't have 5 lands. Do I keep a second Roxanne? That's interesting. I don't think I do. It feels really weird, but I mean, I need a 5th land to just cast the cards in my hand. If I kept it on top next turn, I still do stone cold nothing. Okay, down goes Sterling Hound again. Down goes the 1/1. They draw a card this time, though. Alright, there's the land. I think I'm going to lead... It's a treasure, right? Alright, let's try this. No counterspell. Okay, good. The double Roxanne. Let's see if it dies now. They've had a lot of removal so far, I'll tell you that. Marauding Sphinx? No, but that does get in the way of this pretty well, and they still do have a way to kill it. Alright, all of the removal. Yeah. Now all my Roxannes are down. The Pulverizer can at least block that, but... You know, Snakeskin Veil's not a horrible draw. Putting away Summoner and a land. Alright, hopefully they've run out of removal by this point. I mean, they've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of removal. 7 pieces of removal there. Oh my god. They now have used 8 pieces of removal. Okay, I don't know if we can beat it from here, unfortunately. Take 6. I mean, you know, if they have 8 pieces of removal in their top, you know, 22 cards, I'm just going to lose to that. So, sure. Dead in 2 turns here. I mean, there's not really much I can do. I don't... Oh. Dead right now. Alright. Yeah, that was brutal. That was a brutal loss there. I can't remember if I'm 6-1 or 6-2 here. I'll make a cut and we'll see. The answer is we were playing for the trophy and lost 6-3. I'm not worthy of trophies in this format. It's not really a thing that I do. Just got brutally owned by 8 pieces of removal there in the end. We savagely flooded one of the games there too. Losing in this format just doesn't feel good. I mean, it just feels... It's not a fun experience to lose in this format. Granted, it's probably not fun for them to lose my double Roxannes as well, but I mean, this deck performed better than I thought it would, and largely off the back of Roxanne there. We just kind of ran into a couple of buzzsaws when it was, and couldn't quite get the trophy, but I'll take a 6-3, is what it is. 2 more drafts of this godforsaken format till we are done with it forever. Thank goodness. See you Wednesday. See you next time for your daily draft.